Whew, bit nervous about this one. $1.5 million. This is my goal for 2030. So growing up, I bought into the status quo of working for a period of about 40 years and retiring at the age of 65 and enjoying the last season of your life in retirement, not working, just living off of your Social Security and your pensions. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I didn't realize there was another way. I didn't have any financial education to be able to know that there are other options and other ways out there to live your life financially. I didn't even learn about financial independence or early retirement until I hit my 30s. And so naturally, I felt like I was a little behind. So after I decided a year ago to pursue financial independence, I realized that my past is in the past. I can't do anything about that. But what really matters is the decisions that I make today that's going to help me to reach my goals. And one of the aims of this channel is to show you my journey and let the process unfold in real time. I'm very nervous about that, actually. I don't know if this is a good idea anymore. So now that you're my accountability partner and I'm putting my life and my journey out there for everyone to see, I want to be open and honest with you. So in this video, I just wanted to share my overall plan for reaching that goal. And I'm going to keep this high level because there's still a lot of uncertainty in terms of how things are going to unfold in my life over the next year or two. But I'm going to give you an overarching general plan of how I think I'll be able to achieve it. And I'm just going to document my journey on this channel. I hope that you follow along and I hope that this inspires you on your journey to FI as well. Without further ado, let's get into it. So between all of my savings and investments, I'm currently sitting at $70,000. And that's actually down from a couple of months ago because my portfolio has been down because the market has been down lately. But nevertheless, that is where I am right now. So for being 37 years old, is that a good number? Well, considering I got serious about my FI journey just last year, I would say that's pretty good for having to play catch up. Now, we all know that financial independence is when you get to the point where your wealth is able to fund your lifestyle without having to rely on a job or employer or business. And for me, I want to personalize that a little bit and say that financial independence is yes, when I'm able to do that, but also it gives me the freedom and flexibility to be able to continue to work on my businesses and to continue to work on the projects that I want to work on without having to worry about where my money will come from. In other words, if my businesses fail or if all of my projects dried up, I'll still be able to live just fine with the assets that I built up. So why $1.5 million? Well, I wanted to pick a number that was big enough, but also attainable. If things play out the way that I think they will play out, it'll definitely be achievable. So here's the simple math behind $1.5 million. Using the 4% rule, that'll give you about $60,000 per year, and that's considering if the portfolio doesn't even grow. I think would be more than enough, worst case scenario. And I say worst case scenario because I still plan on working on my businesses. I still plan on generating income through other means, but I want to know that if everything dries up, or if I, for some reason, wanted or needed to just retire early, I'll be able to survive just fine. Now, I actually think that I could surpass that number if all things play out the way that I envision it, but if not, that's okay too. So why is my plan so simple? Well, the reason is it doesn't need to be complicated to work. As a matter of fact, the more simple it is, if you have the right elements in your plan, you'll do just fine and you'll be able to achieve financial independence, as has been proven by many people ahead of me who have achieved financial independence and have retired early off of these super simple strategies. I don't want to be bogged down in the day-to-day grind of trying to time the market and beat the market and just keep up with all of these investments. I want to choose a very simple strategy because I want to put my energy and focus in other things. So here are the elements of my plan that's gonna help me to get to that $1.5 million. And I'm sure this will evolve over time, but this is the beginning of it. This is how I see it starting. Now, the first element is income. I think income is one of the most important elements. Now, they're all important because they all play a certain role, but income is the thing that if you have more income, you're able to reach your goals faster. That is going to be my main focus in the next couple of years, and everything else will follow. So in the past 2 years, my main source of income has been through my production company, which I own with my fiance. And this is a business where we set up to work with different companies or brands in providing film production for them or voiceover work. I've also done other freelance work and modeling work on the side. All of that contributes to the income that I've been making up to this point. And also contributes to the fact that I've been able to save so much, especially in 2021. So the plan is to continue to have that stream of income, of course, but I've been really focusing on this next stream of income to be the main source of income, or one of the main sources of income, and that is the Journey of Finance YouTube channel. So up to this point, I've made $0 from this channel, and that's because it's a new channel. I'm still building it from the ground up, but I look at the Journey of Finance brand as a business, and the YouTube channel is the medium in which I'm able to operate my business. So I've been putting a lot of focus and energy on building up this channel, and of course I want it to grow, and I want it to become a sustainable form of income for me. As with any business, it does take time, and so I'm hoping to be able to be monetized at least in the next couple of months. I do need to hit certain thresholds to be able to monetize my channel, and so that is the first step. And then also some other streams of income that I can unlock just from the Journey of Finance brand are brand sponsorships and also future online courses that I actually want to create to be able to help people to achieve financial independence and make the process very simple for them. Other sources of income that I think will be more long-term plays are the personal projects and the short films and feature films and documentaries that me and my fiance, we want to produce. We are filmmakers and we do have a passion in telling stories, and there are certain stories that we want to tell. But again, I think these are longer-term plays, and I want to be able to set up the other streams of income to be a solid base so that we don't have to rely on our personal projects generating income, at least just yet. The next element of my plan is to live a relatively frugal lifestyle. And this includes keeping my expenses as low as possible without sacrificing my quality of life. So this is the part of the plan where I do my day-to-day money management. And I'm always trying to make sure that the money that goes out to other people, AKA my bills and expenses, are as low as possible, while the money going out to myself, me paying myself by saving and investing, is as high as possible. I don't plan on living in extreme frugality. That is just not my style. Nothing wrong with that, but for me, I just want to enjoy the things that I enjoy and find value in, and try to minimize excessive spending. By the way, if you're getting any value out of this video, do me a big favor, hit that like button. It's free to do, and it lets me know that you're enjoying the content, and also helps this video to spread to more people. The next element of the plan is to have a high savings rate. All of the money outside of my expenses, which again, I'm gonna try to keep them as low as possible, is gonna go towards my savings. So at least for the next couple of years, I'm gonna try to keep my savings rate as high as possible. Now keep in mind, most of my savings will not actually sit in a savings account, but it's gonna go towards my investments, which is the next element of my plan, a simple investing strategy. As of right now, I'm gonna keep my strategy super simple. I'm not gonna get into the details, but I'll let you know exactly what I plan on investing in, at least for the next couple of years. But I'm gonna split my investments into 3 categories, and that is the traditional stock market, real estate investing, and Bitcoin. Now within the traditional stock market, I'm gonna have 2 main vehicles in which I'm gonna operate, and that's going to be my Roth IRA, which is my retirement account, and I'm going to also have my general brokerage account. Now, as of right now, I'm pretty much invested in the same things in both the brokerage and Roth IRA, because again, I'm going for a super simple strategy. And my main strategy is through index funds. I think index funds are great. They're very simple to understand. It's inherently diversified. So I decided to go with Vanguard VOO, which is an ETF. The performance has been great, and it's gonna mirror essentially the S&P 500. It's one of those set it and forget it. I don't have to try to time the market. I just put my money in and let it ride out. So that is my main index fund of choice. But there are other index funds that you could look into that are very similar and has very similar returns. I'm just gonna continue to dollar cost average into these funds in my brokerage and Roth IRA. And I don't plan on taking money out. I'm just gonna keep putting money in whether the market is up or down, because I know in the long term, it's going to go up. I don't currently hold a lot of stocks. As a matter of fact, I did hold some stocks that I ended up selling off. The only stocks that I have as of right now are a couple of shares of Google. But I think over the years, as my income increases and as I seek to just diversify a little bit more, I do plan on adding some more stocks that I really believe in, but that's gonna be a smaller portion of my portfolio. Again, the main thing will be the index funds. The next investment type will be rental property. I do plan on picking up rental property within the next couple of years, and I haven't decided yet if I want to focus on single family homes or small multifamily, maybe 2 or 3 units. I'm not sure when I'll start looking for property. Again, it really depends on how things unfold in the next year or 2, but my hope is in at least in 3 years, I'll be able to own my first rental property. And the next financial element is Bitcoin. Now, I know that there are a lot of people who either still don't understand Bitcoin or or don't even like Bitcoin, but this is my personal opinion and this is my decision. But I do want to make sure that I own a piece of the pie because it's a scarce asset. There's only going to be a set supply of Bitcoin that will ever be in existence. But I personally do believe in the future of Bitcoin. I do believe in the value of it. But if you're not into crypto or Bitcoin and you're not a believer in it or you don't like it, that's fine. Again, this is my personal opinion and it is still a volatile asset because it's still a new asset class. But again, I'm very hopeful for the future. So that's going to be another part of my portfolio. All right, I hope that shed some light on how I plan to achieve financial independence and how I plan to hit the $1.5 million number by the year 2030. I know it's an ambitious goal, but I am committed to doing it and I'm committed to being transparent and open with you on my journey, showing you every aspect of the way, the good and the bad. So I hope that you would follow along on the journey and let's see if I hit the goal. Now I know a video like this can sound pretty far out of reach, but there are some daily millionaire habits that I've incorporated that has changed my life for the better. So watch this video right here next to see how they changed my life and how these habits can change your life and help you to achieve financial independence. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.